Hello, welcome to the second episode of our little series that we're calling The Road to Edinburgh, where we share the journey of taking a show to the Edinburgh Fringe this summer, which is in less than 3 months. As this series goes on, I hope that the videos will get more dynamic and interesting as we share the process and all the things we have to do, our costumes, some of our dress rehearsals. Kathy will be with me and we can share some of the songs and the music that we're going to be presenting at the festival. But for this episode, I just wanted to do an introduction to what the show is about. I think if you're watching this, chances are you might already know a bit about myself and Kathy and our music, and you might know a bit about what the show is about, but I am going to act as if you don't and go from the top. So our show is called You're Not Singing Anymore, and it is a celebration of the songs that we sing on the football terraces and the folkloric tradition of those songs. So how some folk songs have found their way onto the terraces and how they've changed and how they've become part of that culture of singing on the terraces. We are not the first people, and I do sure hope we won't be the last people that do a creative project or even an academic project based on looking at the kind of history and culture of songs sung on the football terraces. It's such an interesting area to look at, but I do hope and I do believe that we're bringing something new and exciting with this show. So the show is a mixture of folk songs being performed by myself and Kathy. It's also small vignettes of theatre. There is a football team called Nowhere FC, and their journey in the FA Cup carries us through the story that we want to share about these songs, about the tradition and the culture of singing on the terraces, but also about bigger things, about identity and memory and rivalry and difference and community and all these very human things. And we hope it's going to be entertaining, that people are going to want to sing along, that there'll be funny moments, but also that it will be quite a moving performance. It was all born from, well, firstly I should say, as I think I've sort of mentioned, that a lot of people have an interest in this area of music or kind of cultural studies of this singing on the football terraces. I think a lot of folk musicians do, and in 2020 I released an album called You're Not Singing Anymore, which reworked songs that we hear sung on the football terraces that have been born from kind of traditional songs. I collected people's memories of their relationship with football, and I interwove those audio kind of snippets in with the songs and created this kind of soundscape of the terraces meets people's memories meets folk music. And it was a really lovely project to do. It was really nice to talk to people about their relationship with football and to rework the songs, and it also was really well received. We got a lot of nice reviews, a lot of people messaging afterwards to share their stories of the terraces or to tell me, oh, you need to do this chant, or do you know that chant. And it also got named a Sunday Times Top 100 record of that year, which is awesome. And there was quite a lot of things in the pipeline for it that didn't come to fruition. A project with Club Wembley, things like this that didn't come to fruition because 2020, as we know, was lockdown year. And I'd always had it niggling in the back of my mind that I might want to bring something to life again. And then I was unfortunately quite unwell, had quite a little bit of time out, and had to undergo a bit of physio and stuff to kind of get back to playing, get back to normal life. And I think just as time passed, this project, I just got further and further away from the release, because I'd always had this idea of maybe doing a show or taking a show to the Fringe. But then I started making music with Kathy in Awake Mother. And one of the many things that's great about Kathy, because I could list a lot, is that she is a real traditional folk music fan. She knows folk music a lot better than I do, the history of it. She knows a lot of the tradition of the songs. She's also not adverse to dressing up and putting on a show. So we just started kind of talking, and all of a sudden it was like, yeah, maybe let's take a show to the Edinburgh Fringe. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're taking the show. It's called You're Not Singing Anymore. You can actually buy tickets for it already. I will put the link below. So if you're going to be in Edinburgh, please grab a ticket. If you want to review it, or you would have trouble buying a ticket, but you're going to be in Edinburgh this summer, but that's not, you can't afford a ticket, like, just give us a shout. We'd love to get you in on our guest list. We want bums on seats. We really want to share this with people. We're really proud of it. If you're not going to Edinburgh this year, we are doing a more hometown launch in Watford, like a preview show. So if you're from Hertfordshire way, I will put the link tickets to that. And if you want to support us in another way, we do have a crowdfunder, and I will be sharing more and more about that, but I will put the link below. And this is basically your way to contribute financially to the project. If you just want to bung us a couple of quid to say, do you know what, girls, this sounds like a great project, let me help you bring it to life. But we also have some really cool merch options, where you can get my CD that I released. You can get a football shirt, you can get posters for the show, you can get stickers, badges, all those kind of things. So please take a look at that. And yeah, next time I do a little video update, I hope you have more to share about the actual process. But for now, I hope that's given you a flavour of what the show is going to be like and about. And please ask if you've got any questions. I'm going to take myself away now. I'm suffering quite a bit with hay fever. If you're facing that too, solidarity. It's really annoying. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.